What is the longest and yet the shortest thing in the world? The swiftest and yet the slowest, the most divisible and the most extended, the least valued and the most regretted, without which nothing can be done, which devours everything, however small, and yet opens the life and spirit to every object, however great? The answer is time. One thing we all have in common is the fact that time is one of our most important resources. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. Figuring out how to use that time effectively is a common problem we all struggle with at some point in our lives. Having effective time management skills is an attribute that all students will need to master if they want to be successful in college. It can actually make the difference between a mediocre and a superior performance. In order to manage time effectively, we must learn how to control it. Two crucial steps in taking control of time are establishing goals and follow a schedule. Since most instructors provide predetermined assignment deadlines and examination dates at the beginning of the semester, a good place to start establishing your goals is to use these dates to begin writing your semester goals. But just writing these goals down is not enough. You must also create a schedule that will assist you in successfully reaching those goals. In this section, we'll discuss scheduling and time management techniques that will assist you in achieving your goals while helping you manage your time effectively. An effective schedule begins with documenting important dates in a calendar. This could be an old-fashioned calendar that goes in your backpack, or it could be the calendar app on your device. At the beginning of each semester, document assignments, themes, reports, research papers, etc. for each of your classes. Also record the dates for all quizzes, tests, midterms, final exams, and presentations. These dates will serve as your semester goals and will keep you focused on what needs to be done. Before each school week begins, prepare a weekly priority list that documents each task you need and want to accomplish that week. First, identify what needs to be read, reviewed, and or written for each of your courses. Be specific. You should list chapters, pages, and assignments that need to be completed for the week. Also review test schedules and long-term assignments documenting preparation time. For example, include library time for research if a semester project has been assigned. This weekly priority list should be used to break down long-term assignments into manageable pieces and serve to monitor your progress toward your semester goals. Now it's time to construct a plan of action for achieving your semester goals. A semester plan is a detailed weekly schedule of activities. You must keep in mind that this plan needs to be flexible enough to adjust to the items on your weekly priorities list. By taking the time to plan how you'll use all the hours in each day of the week, you'll be able to schedule your time more effectively. This plan should allot time for classes, studying, personal care, eating, sleeping, recreation, etc. It is important to invest the time to build your semester plan. By completing this task, you'll establish effective time management habits and guarantee your future success. To develop an efficient plan, you need committed time. Record the must-do activities and include the times for each item. Include your times for class, studying, and work schedule, but also allot times for church and family activities, exercise, etc. Personal time. Although it may seem too detailed, make sure you record the time you need for necessities, sleeping, eating, personal hygiene, chores, etc. Study time. Estimate how much time you'll need to study for each class and include that in your plan. Research says that you should study for at least 2 hours outside of class for every 1 hour of class each week. For example, if you spend a total of 15 hours in class each week, then you should allot at least 30 hours of study time in your schedule. Plan on scheduling more time on your difficult classes and less time on your easier classes. This task may be daunting at first, but eventually you'll discover how much study time is needed in order to be successful in each of your classes. Revise your plan. The likelihood of scheduling a perfect schedule on your first attempt is unlikely. As you begin using your plan, you may discover that things are not flowing as well as you thought they would. Being flexible is a must because your plan may need to be adjusted. Constructing and sticking to a sensible, well-balanced plan will make your life easier and help you be more successful in college. Once you've constructed your schedule, including your weekly priority list and semester goals, you will still need to seek out other ways to become more efficient. Here are some tips that will help you with this task. We'll be discussing several of these topics during the rest of this course. Take a critical look at your habits. Form the habit of studying in one place that is conducive to learning. Study in a quiet, well-lit area that is free from distractions. Study in the same place is a matter of routine. A routine of study in one place establishes an association between the studying habit and the place. Eventually, being in your place of study will make it easier for you to get started. Be sure not to select a place to study that you already associate with other activities. For example, if you want to use your study time wisely, do not study on your bed or in your favorite TV chair. Practice reading your textbook, taking class notes, and organizing your material. In order to get better at a skill, you must practice. Find what works for you and your learning style. Use every spare moment. Always carry pocket work either on paper or on your device so you can study while waiting in lines, eating alone, etc. While walking to class, try to recall the main points of the previous class meeting. While exercising, brainstorm topics for a paper or work out a rough outline in your head. Use every spare minute for memorizing, reviewing, organizing, reflecting, etc. Use lists. Make lists to help keep yourself organized and to save time. Lists should document errands to run, purchases to make, ideas to remember, etc. In order to make the most of your time, look at your list daily and create ways to combine activities. You may discover that you can go buy the cleaners on your way to the bank, or you may have time to create an outline for your first essay while waiting in the dentist office. Keeping lists and combining activities can make more time available to work on other items you have listed. Do not let your attitudes and behaviors or others' attitudes and behaviors stand in the way of your accomplishments. If you set goals and keep yourself focused on reaching those goals, you're more likely to succeed. Adopting the following attitudes and behaviors will also help you reach your goals. Be tough on yourself. Realize that laziness and procrastination are self-defeating behaviors. Avoid offering excuses and exceptions for not following your study schedule and routines. You must want to succeed. Remember, there are only 24 hours in every day. Recognize when you're taking on too much. If life becomes too pressured, take a moment to reevaluate your schedule because time pressures are often the cause of failures in college. Spend some time finding your optimum workload, manage your time wisely, and try not to do more than you can realistically accomplish. Be determined. Realize the importance of staying focused on your goals. Following a time schedule and dedicating yourself to your studies takes commitment and courage. When you feel discouraged, keep visualizing yourself walking across the stage of graduation. The vision of success will put your moment of discouragement in a more proper perspective.